Okay, Night of Champions. It's in the books, and let me tell you something. Loved the beginning, loved the end. Everything in the middle, I either thought, okay, that makes sense, or absolutely hated it. In fact, I even crashed out one time, kind of in the middle, but boy howdy, it opened fantastic, and it ended with the shocker of shockers. Let's do the one take, one shot Night of Champions review where you get my immediate gut reaction. No cuts, no edits. Let's go. Oba Femi has a choice to make because he is your king of the ring. And let me tell you something also. Major props to Jey Uso because this was Oba Femi's best match since joining the main roster. I'm telling you, for a couple weeks now, I've been saying, yeah, I'm not a big fan of this squash machine Oba Femi. This is the Oba Femi I remember. He came in and he produced a really good match. So Jey Uso, Oba Femi, great chemistry. Like, I did not think that the match was going to be as good as it was. There was a moment too, I'm like, oh, are we gonna do this? Are we gonna give it to Jey? But no, Oba took it. There was a really cool spot also one time when we went for the fall for grace. Jey jumped over because, he's up in the air. Jey kind of just hops over Oba's head, and Oba actually goes down as if he was giving the fall from grace. Great counter. A couple super kicks later, and it's like, uh-oh, Uso splash, kick out, Oba Femi. He did it. I am very shocked that we did not get Brock Lesnar. I'm happy we didn't get a Brock Lesnar, and I kind of was suspecting that we were going to wait because it was just too obvious. You can go on my prediction videos, you'll see that I said that. I'm thinking Oba goes to SummerSlam, wins a belt, and then we get Brock Lesnar coming out saying, I'll be your first challenger. And I hope they do that actually, because we need storylines after Oba wins the title. But honestly, I could also see them doing, Brock comes out and challenges him, says, I'll fight you, I'll fight you, Oba, if you put your number one contendership match on the line, and then that's your night one match with Oba, and then night two match with Oba is him challenging for the belt. Yeah, I think Oba will fight twice at SummerSlam, but let's not talk SummerSlam, let's talk Night of Champions, because man, it was the right call. I am so happy they didn't just swerve us. Oba Femi winning was great, but I gotta give props to Jey Uso. Yeah, he might have been a little gassed after yeeting throughout his entire entrance, but it did not affect my enjoyment at all of this match. Great stuff. He did not botch any of his moves. He was doing his suicide dives. He was doing this. He was doing that. They had really good chemistry. So, props to Jey Uso and props to King Oba Femi. Are you going to go for the Undisputed title? We'll talk about that at the end of this review because, boy, howdy, what a surprise there. Or you're going to go after the World Championship against the OTC Roman Reigns. But if you, the viewer, wants to go for the World Championship, you don't have to fight Oba Femi or Roman Reigns. All you got to do is comment below. Subscribe to the channel, and you can win this belt right here on my shoulder. You see, I'm giving it away. At 30,000 subscribers, I'm going to give away a belt. I've already given away 3 belts on this channel. Free shipping, free of charge. I even mailed one to Australia, and then 2 to Illinois, actually. So, if you want to win, comment, subscribe. It's not a toy. It's a replica, and you can win it. All right. So, next match I hated. So I loved Oba Femi and Jey Uso. Great stuff right there. And this was the Oba Femi from NXT that I remembered. And then we go to the Queen of the Ring, and it's Io Sky versus Liv Morgan. Now, let me tell you something. I actually like both Io Sky and Liv Morgan. I think Liv Morgan's title reign has totally sucked, and boy, oh boy, they made it suck even worse tonight. She didn't defend her title, but they're massacring her title reign. So, first off, Danhausen comes out, and he's talking about he's happy to be there. Then Liv Morgan comes out and she yells at Danhausen about how he owes her money, and then she slaps Danhausen, and then he curses her. Right off the bat, I thought that was a very bad thing to do because they have protected the curse. And I'm okay with them protecting the curse, but all that did was instantly make me know that Liv Morgan was not going to win. It took out all of the enjoyment because I knew, maybe not all of the enjoyment, but it took out a lot of the enjoyment because now I knew Liv Morgan was not going to win because they were going to protect the curse. Just don't do the curse. Just don't do the curse if we're going to do that because it killed any suspense for me because I knew, especially after the whole Knicks thing, that they weren't going to just let the curse be broken for the first time ever on the Queen of the Ring. So we then have Io Sky versus Liv Morgan. The match was fine. The match was good. Randomly at one point, though, Io Sky hurts her knee, and so they start, Liv Morgan starts targeting that. But suddenly, out of nowhere, Io Sky just wins. She does her moonsault and stuff, but it was like Io Sky just getting beat up, and then she just does a comeback and suddenly wins out of nowhere. I was like, oh, okay, whatever, I guess. But my question is this: where is the Judgment Day? On every episode of Raw, the Judgment Day will come out, but they won't come out for this, one of the most important matches for Liv Morgan. Two, why would we even let the world champion lose? If the goal wasn't to put the crown on Liv Morgan, then just don't have her in the match. Don't have her in the tournament at all. I don't understand the reasoning behind this at all. Like, have it be Raquel. Raquel could have been the one that made it all the way to the finals, and then she loses, and then Liv Morgan could be mad at Raquel. There was no reason. I don't mind that Liv lost to Io. I mind that the world champion lost to somebody in a tournament. Like, the world champion should not be losing. Liv Morgan should not have been here. Should have been someone else. And then on top of it, Io Sky instantly declares, I'm picking you, Liv Morgan, for my challenger. So now I'm not even interested in the SummerSlam match because I just saw her beat Liv Morgan clean. Like, I don't understand this booking at all. Jey Uso, Femi booking, brilliant, awesome, amazing. This booking, not so much. The booking of the Women's World Champion, who, mind you, has not defended it on live TV. She has not defended her championship on live TV one time since WrestleMania. And then she loses. Like, that's mind-boggling to me. My mind is boggled at that booking. Why put her in this? Make it Roxanne Perez. Make it anybody. Anybody would have been better than Liv Morgan in this. And then she chooses, I'm going to pick Liv Morgan. We don't even want to see that. We wanted to see Io versus Rhea. That's what everybody wanted to see. So, but, okay. So, thankfully, the first match and the last match, they saved the day because that put me in a bad mood. And then we go to Braun Breaker and Seth Rollins. They're throwing, before the match even starts, it's this cage match, and they start throwing all the weapons in, and I'm like, oh man, hat on a hat, where you have a gimmick, and then you fill it with gimmicks, and you're just going to be like, it's just going to be just a violent affair. And so, which is okay, I don't mind a violent affair, but what's the point of the cage match if we're just going to throw all these weapons in? The cage match itself should be, whatever. Anyways, so the match was good, all right? Between Seth Rollins and Braun Breaker, that was a good, hard-hitting affair. There was one point in the match where Braun Breaker got blood he looked vicious. He got up, he took the straps down. I'm like, holy crap. This is a moment. If he wins right now and his face looks like that bloody, because it was not a blade job. It was an accident. Accidents happen. It sucks, but you can use those accidents. Like when Becky Lynch got punched in the face and she used that accident, a bloody face, to propel herself to the top person in the business. They could have used that right here. Braun Breaker needed to win. They should have called an audible. They should have done something. They should have said, let Braun Breaker win. Half his face was bloody. He looked like a supervillain in a Marvel movie at that point. He should have won. And then he lost. Oh, I could not understand Why? Like, it was me. It was my fault. It was my fault. I've been saying for months that they've been dismantling the aura of Braun Breaker. Ever since he lost to CM Punk in the beginning of the year, I was like, I've been losing more and more hope in Braun Breaker. But tonight, I had a glimmer of hope that we were going to right the wrongs and let the young, up-and-coming future of the business win. No, we didn't. We let Seth win. Like, the vision was supposed to raise up the next generation, but no, it just did what it was. I guess it did what it was meant to do and just continue glorifying Seth Rollins. I'm not even a Seth Rollins hater, but I don't understand why we put Braun Breaker in these positions to lose and lose and lose and lose. We are Dolph Zigglering this guy. No disrespect to Dolph Ziggler. The guy won the world championship. I think he won it once and then he was given it once, but yeah, like, I think we all can agree that Dolph Ziggler, if he had one more, he might have been a bigger deal. And, like, I just don't understand what we're doing with Braun Breaker. There comes a point where it's at the end of the match, and Seth is going to go for his stop, and Braun Breaker's like, no. It was almost like he was begging. I've had enough. Here's this 28-year-old dude telling the 40-year-old dude, like, oh, please, don't hurt me anymore. And I was like, he must be suckering him in or something, because Seth then got on the second rope to do a super stop. And I'm like, Braun Breaker, he tricked him. He played on his emotion, and then he's going to spear him in the air. No, he just super stomped him and won. So now you have the guy who stole the faction from Seth Rollins, the WrestleMania 48 main eventer who we've been told over and over again. He then pretty much begs Seth to not hurt him more, and Seth just does hurt him more, and Seth wins. Like, oh, just take him off TV. Give Braun Breaker a year off. Have him return on SmackDown as a Steiner. Because, God, man, I was mad, if you couldn't tell. I was super mad. I was like, oh my God, that sucked. That was just horrible. Whether or not, I know some people don't like Braun Breaker and they're like, I just don't see what you see in him. But can we at least, even if you don't like the guy, can you at least see that there's like value in him, you know? And there's value in letting him beat Seth Rollins so he can elevate himself. I mean, every time we put Braun Breaker in a spot where he should win, he loses in order to elevate himself. Like, so what? Is he just a jobber? Is he a mid-card jobber? I did not like that. That was horrible. That was, to me, that's like on par with burying your women's champion. So let's move on. Now we get to the two matches that, while I'm not necessarily, I'm like, I wish we would have done things a little different here. I understand exactly the booking. All the booking makes sense for the next two matches, even if I don't necessarily agree with them. See, you can disagree with the outcome of a match, but still be like, yeah, I understand why that happened. Good storytelling nonetheless. And then you can hate the outcome of a match and be like, that storytelling sucks. So there is a difference. And we had, it was Little Yachty and Trick Williams versus Ricky Saints. I liked that at some point in the match, Ricky Saints grabbed a kendo stick, hit the, when the ref wasn't looking, hit the stairs, threw it, Little Yachty caught it, and then Ricky Saints went on the ground a la Eddie Guerrero, lie, cheat, steal. And so the referee turned his back and thought Little Yachty had attacked Ricky Saints. And so they kicked Little Yachty out. Then the match continued. I gotta say that I have not been a Ricky Saints fan for the most part since him joining the main roster, and on SmackDown and tonight, I'm starting to become a Ricky Saints fan. So I haven't bought a ticket for the Ricky Saints train yet. However, I am looking at the schedule to see if I want to buy a ticket. So whatever you're doing, Ricky, keep that going. Ricky did not win, but I understand. Trick Williams is a great babyface. He has lost some of his edge since becoming a babyface. I understand, though, that usually does happen, but I also understand why Trick won here tonight. It made perfect sense. It's too bad for Ricky. I hope Ricky can recover. At one point, I realized who I feel that Ricky Saints is going to be. I feel Ricky Saints is the next generation The Miz. Some guy who's going to get some big wins in his career, but he's always going to be there kind of either to take some bumps for the celebrities or this. And this is not an insult by no means. The Miz has had a legendary career. Now I hope Ricky Saints doesn't get electrocuted and lobotomized, but for the most part, I think Miz has done a great job for himself, and I think Ricky Saints is going to fill that void when the Miz does eventually retire. That said, Ricky loses to Trick Williams in a pretty good match. At no point did I think Trick was going to lose, which is okay. It was the right call to let Trick win here. But what I didn't like was after the match, we did have Little Yachty return and give a little Yachty, a people's elbow. Corey Graves called it the people's boat, Little Yachty boat. So that was kind of funny. But he gave him a people's elbow to Ricky Saints. I didn't like that, but at the same time, whatever, I get it. It's not the end of the world. Now, what I do hope, though, is that on SmackDown, Ricky Saints just annihilates Little Yachty. I hope Ricky Saints, pretty much murders Little Yachty. Then I would love this people's elbow. So I do hope that Ricky gets to give Little Yachty a receipt. But, logical booking, everything made sense in this match. Now we go to the next match. I was hoping Jade Cargill would win. She did not win, but I understand why she did not win. So, Tiffany versus Jade. Jade looked really good here. I know there's a lot of Jade haters out there, and it's but I've never really been a Jade hater, but I feel she's doing some great work as well. Now, I could stand to do a little less of the commentary telling me every 3 minutes how good Jade is now. It's we get it, dude. We get it. Just quit trying to beat it into us. We can watch a Jade match and see that she is doing better. That said, Jade's doing a lot better. Jade versus Tiffany, great match. It will eventually break down. We have our first interference spot of the night where the baddies come out, which the baddies should come out. By the way, also, back it up a little bit. Back it up, or no, beep, beep, beep. Back it up. That's me back, whatever. Safety equipment, when you back it up, it's beep, beep, beep. That's what I was trying to do here. I wish I could cut some of these out. One take, one shot means I can't cut anything out, but the Vision should have came out and helped Bron Breakker as well. Just like I said about the Judgment Day, the Vision always come out. I mean, heck, Bron Breakker will come out and save Austin Theory. So where was Austin Theory and Logan Paul coming out for this? And don't tell me, they were in a cage, so they can't do that. Yeah, they can. I've seen plenty of cage matches where people have come and helped. But that said, the baddies came out. They tried to help Jade Cargill, but then Chelsea Green came from under the ring. She attacked. Jade grabs Chelsea and is I'm going to get you. But then we have Charlotte come out. So it was just now it's boom, boom, boom. A lot of overbooking now. And Charlotte will use the U.S. title to hit Jade. And then we get Tiffany Stratton. She gets the 1, 2, 3. So Jade and Charlotte, their feud has now escalated. I kind of wish Jade would have won, but I do understand all of this. So this is one of the times where I'm I would have done it different, but I totally get why you did what you did. And now Tiffany and Chelsea seem to be on more of the same page here, and we'll see. They protected Jade, so kudos there. They kept Jade strong after WrestleMania, and that's that. Now we go to the main event. Cody Rhodes versus Sami Zayn, who is a hometown hero, the only Arabic-speaking wrestler that I know of in WWE right now, and Gunther. Sami, the last good guy, the last real good guy, the ride or dies, he came out in full, traditional, Saudi outfit. Cody Rhodes came out. Cody Rhodes. They cheered. Those two got cheers. Gunther got booed. This was a really good triple threat match. There were moments when anybody could have won. We had sleeper holds, we had power bombs, we had one time, Sami had Gunther in the sleeper hold, but then Cody got him in the crossroads, so it was a double crossroads, and right then I was oh God, what if Cody does stack them? I was joking when I said that was going to happen in my prediction video, but what if he does? So it was good. I'm not going to go play by play. we broke some tables, we did this, we did that, but the shocker was what it was like. I think Sami went for a crossroads, then Cody went for a crossroads, and then Sami was able to pull an Owen Hart on Bret Hart WrestleMania 10 and pretty much roll him up. 1, 2, 3. I couldn't believe it. Sami Zayn won. I was shocked. I was like, what? I could not believe that Sami Zayn won. Like, wow. Now, I know a lot of people are going to be like, oh, it's just because he's in Saudi Arabia. I mean, I don't know. Like, I mean, maybe. But then again, he's lost in Saudi Arabia at Royal Rumble. Plus, the guy's doing the best character work of his career. Well, maybe not the best. His bloodline stuff was probably his best character work. But he's doing some of the best character work right now. And I'm going to say that I would much rather him win here than WrestleMania 43 next year. Now we got the title reign out of the way. And, like, I'm liking. He's entertaining me right now. I know. Like, go back on my. I have a video that says the Sami Zayn problem. When he won the U.S. title from Solo Sikoa, that was a problem. But when he won the title from Cody Rhodes tonight, I popped. Like, I'm happy. Now, I am a little worried. The commentators were, like, really glazing Sami Zayn. No underdog Sami Zayn. Hear me out. No underdog Sami Zayn. We need the Sami Zayn that is a condescending last good guy. I'm okay with it. He won his championship in, like, kind of a pseudo hometown. So, like, if they want to just glaze him for that, tonight. But on Friday, they need to be mad at Cody Rhodes. Oh, you just eked out a victory. You're not opportunist. I mean, Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn needs to remain a heel. Heel Sami Zayn deserved that belt. Babyface Sami Zayn, please don't do that. So, like, I am very happy with this outcome. I know people probably hate me for liking Sami Zayn, but I like who I like. I'm sorry, and I'm glad he won it. I'm glad he won it here, because now I don't have to worry about him winning the championship, winning the Royal Rumble, and then winning the championship next year at WrestleMania 43. So this, I think it was a win-win, honestly. Like, you give the hometown hero the victory. I mean, Paige got her victory last night in London. I don't think she should have won that one, but, you know, Triple H loves giving hometown heroes their victory, so he got it here. And I think he's doing some great character work. Kudos to Cody Rhodes, willing to take the pin. You know, it's a triple threat. So, you know, you have Gunther take the pin. No, Cody took the pin. Good stuff. Sami Zayn, he's been in WWE for 10 years. He helped El Generico on the indie scene, you know, become super popular before he went off and started an orphanage in Mexico. So, like, Sami Zayn has paid his dues too. And his bloodline stuff, his conspiracy theory stuff, he's been entertaining as all get out. So, like, I'm not sad or mad that he won with this character right now. Very reminiscent of when Mick Foley won. You know, just this everyday Joe winning the top title. And now look at that. The bloodline hold all the belts. and 6 out of 6 good guys won. No heels won. Sami Zayn being the last good guy. Let me throw this in here real quick. Sorry, I probably should have talked more about Gunther in this, but honestly, they're pretty much doing to Gunther what they did to Bron Breakker, and they just are picking away at the aura that he was and making me not really care about him as much anymore. I loved Gunther. Go back on my channel. Had a lot of praise for Gunther throughout the years, but yeah, not so much anymore. They've done a good job of making me not care about Gunther. Now, I'm glad Sami won. Don't get me wrong, but at the same time, all the decisions that they have done with Gunther leading up to this point have made me just, you know, barely care. All right, boys, all right, girls, let's see. Hated the Bron Breakker stuff, hated the Liv Morgan stuff. I was okay with the Trick stuff, didn't like Little Yachty doing a people's elbow. Understood the Tiffany stuff, loved the Oba stuff, loved the Sami stuff. 1, 2, how many chops am I going to give it? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm going to give it 7.2 chops. 7.2 chops. If Bron Breakker would have won, I probably would have given this an 8. an 8. And if it not had been, if Liv Morgan, if it would have been anybody else that Io Sky won, I probably would have given this a 9. This was, it was like some questionable decisions, but some good decisions as well. Tell me in the comments below what you thought of Night of Champions. All right, boys. All right, girls. Go leave a hot take. See ya. Bye.